Welcome back to episode 7 of the BloodPack, you beautiful people. Starting this episode off, we were just mining along here to put the power lines in, and we have found 2 more rooms, so we're going to go investigate them soon. Moradok is on a mental break, but seeing as he is our Krogan scientist, his name is going to be changed to Okia. And if you know what that is, you're one of the good ones. Okay, cool. So an intellectual 15 and a 9 in crafting, that is going to be super good for us. Ugnaught, what were you good at? You got some decent intellectual and some social, but you're just going to stay as Ugnaught. And then obviously Grugon is a bit of a beast all round. Really good at shooting, decent melee, decent mining, plants, medical and social. Well, he is the linchpin of the colony, is his brainchild. Well, he's the leader of the BloodPack as such. The Vorcha, now Vorcha are interesting. So you can get their stats up pretty high, but they will still continuously fail their jobs. Been doing a little bit of playtesting, and what I think we need to do with the Vorcha is we need to put bionic spines into them. Those bionic spines increase their manipulation, which will help them not fail on basic things like constructing, which is going to be super important. And then obviously arms and legs. But arms, you have to buy 2 of them. Legs, you have to get 2 of them. But the spine is only 1 item. So for bang for the buck, I think we'll focus down some bionic spines at first chance we get. We're going to need to look what to do with the donkeys, because we could either get rid of them or we could keep them. Because what I'm hoping for is, if we go into the world map, we do have pristine ruins nearby, which is good, but like a rogue VI. If we can get in a fight with a rogue VI, we're going to be in a super good situation. Those map tiles drop so much loot, it is insane. And you also get to pick up, because there's a rogue VI, there you have the mechs that are going around killing everything. Once you destroy the mechs, you can pick up the mech platform, and then you can just rebuild the mechs. So yeah, that'll save us research and give us a whole bunch of extra firepower without scaling the size of the colony, which means the raids won't increase. But we are going to carry on expanding the size of the colony. That is a given. I said about the Vorcha regrowing body parts. So this is Mickey. Mickey got his leg destroyed. He now has a simple prosthetic leg. So they just regrow prosthetic parts once they get a body part knocked off. If you give them enough time and they're young enough. Once they get old, it doesn't really work out that way. We do have Belikar that has the alcohol withdrawal at the moment. And as we fight things, they're dropping alcohol, and then he is just picking them up as well. So yeah, yet again, and now Patrick has an alcohol addiction. So what we might end up doing is putting down a little prison cell and just putting any of the Vorcha that end up getting an addiction, and just hiding them away for a while so they have to get like starved out. And then ideally that means their addiction will break. Yeah, they'll probably end up trying to kill each other, but the Vorcha, they are very hard to kill. So if we had 2 different prison cells even, then they can't kill each other off, and we can get rid of these addictions. They're slightly problematic, and also just means we need to keep an eye out to make sure that nobody has chemical interest. Or if we are going to allow them to do it, we have a supply coming in, because right now we don't. And it is causing us a few problems. And the mechanoids have decided to set up a weather controller right by us, which, if it all goes right, should supply us with a whole bunch of components. So I think we'll send 2 of the Krogan and then a decent amount of the Vorchas. So we'll leave some good fighters behind and some builders so they can carry on working at the base. And then the others will go off. And I think that's going to be the best balance that we're going to get. So we're only going to send a small strike force. So we're going to send Grugon, Ugnaught, Patrick, GNU, Akia and Trigger. And let's send Run from Fire as well. So we're there in 0.9 days. All the donkeys are going. Don't really need to take too many supplies with us. That is going to be fine. We're going to have a big enough group that if we get raided, the base will hold. And the other side is we're going to be able to go off, and generally there's some decent stuff at these mechanoid clusters. And hopefully some Promethean fragments as well. Caravan did not even get close to get into that mech cluster before we got ambushed. Grugon and GNU went on a mental break, and then 3 of the other guys that were about to come onto this caravan went on mental breaks as well. So we've had to change them around a little bit, but hopefully this should put us, well, nice and close to where we need to be. And then we just take that mech cluster out and we're going to be pretty happy. That'll give us a bunch of kit, like I said, and tribals just are no threat to us now. I don't even think they can get through the shield. So yeah, Ugnaught is just there, just happily face tanking all of that. No point taking them. Let's carry on. Thankfully, it's not looking like a massive mechanoid cluster here. So we're going to have a couple pods there. We got a mech low shield, and then we got a high shield, so we don't need to worry too much about that. We have just got to put everyone onto hold fire for the moment so we can get in. And I think if we can get behind here, and then we put fire and will on, and then we just absolutely nuke that mech capsule, then when they come across we can take those, and then we can start working our way round. Oh, hello. An unstable power core. That could be quite useful. Okay, let's slot this quick. Okay, there we aren't. We're outside of the shield, so we can't actually shoot anything. Grugon, yeah, nice one, mate. What are you doing? Nothing. Good. Okay, let's move this way. You guys need to be firing now. Slight misclick there, pressed it the wrong way. Move up. We've got to keep a keek in the back. And then that'll be those done. Rugon, whatever you're doing, man, it is not working for you. So we can start pushing around now. Take these out, this is going to be fine. Come on, just the last side lancer there, come on. Sweet. We go through the top, we push through. Move back a smidge so they can't get us. We take that pikeman. Okay, now they're shooting the donkeys. If I was smart, what I would have done is just put home area 1 here. And then we go animals. And then area 1. And you're out the way of the turrets. Thankfully, we're not going to lose too many. And alternatively, we're not too bothered about losing them at the moment. Okay, we lost a donkey foal. Not a massive issue. Those turrets are going to go down nice and quick. We're dead screened by the mech assembler. There's only a couple turrets there. That's going to explode. Not massively, but it should take the other turret out. Cool, that's done. Oh, and this one got taken down as well. Sweet. Shoot through the wall. Come on. Fantastic. And now everything you got into that. Grugon's still just doing what he does. I'm not sure why he had a mental break. Like, his mood was still fairly high, and then it just went, which is a little bit annoying. Who just done that? Someone managed to shoot over here. That's embarrassing, whoever done that. You should be ashamed of your vultures. And they managed to hit that wall. Awesome. Have I got them set to shoot in a weird place? No, they are shooting in the right area. Okay, cool. There's an Inferno turret in there. When that explodes, it's not really going to get anything important. Bunch of mechanoid components, and we're also going to be able to pick up a power cell from here. I'll tell you what we should do is we should go and shoot this whilst we're here. That'll drop a bunch more components for us, which will be good. Yeah, adds a plastil. Fine. That didn't go too badly, and we haven't been raided yet. So, we might get raided on the way back. I can deal with this, or that. So we've got 7 components, 8 mechanoid components, 85 steel, and 40 plastil. That's not insane. I don't think picking up slag's a great idea at the moment. Not too bothered about the pikeman corpses or the lancer corpses, but we will take the unstable power core. That is going to be somewhat useful. We don't want the gloom light. Anything else on the map? They're quite light, so we can take them and we can break them down into shields. As we need the Krogans in good health and high spirits, because we're going to need them to be doing a lot of the work, we are now going to start digging out the Krogan rooms. So these are going to be the Krogan rooms right here. I think we will need to put tables in for them, because they're going to be a little bit too far away from here because of the walking and that. Not a massive problem. And then up here, what we're also going to do is we're going to put the kitchen. The reason we're putting the kitchen up here is we can put embrasures into this bit and then extend here and embrasures, and then we can have Caravan the Man by the Black Hive. Okay, hold the fort, I'll be back with it. Oppa's caravan has been ambushed by 5 insects of the Black Hive. They will attack unless you give them a cloth nanosuit. Yeah, not a chance, those things are super rare. Refuse and fight. It would be easier for us to lose our vulture than it is to lose one of those. And what we got? A Gigalocust, some Mega Spiders, and a Cephalopede. Not a big problem right there. And everyone is in pretty much good health. So let's go and blast some bugs in the face. Gun line, they're coming in, they'll run onto the guns and then they'll be dead. Not a big problem for us. It's going to be a little bit tanky. That one seems to be trying to play a smart angle on us. Okay, it's going around. No, it's not, it's coming back. If that continued up, that would have been a little bit annoying. Okay, they all got shot down before they came in. And there's some sterile tiles there, so we might as well, as we have the time, Strip those up. That's going to be some extra steel and extra silver. All things that we could do with. Now the idea here is we're going to put like vent chambers in. So with the embrasures across there, if we vent anything out to here, it's going to cool down because it'll be equalised because embrasures basically get classed as outside instead of indoors, which is good. And we can also go out here. So we can have turrets and stuff defending this section, but also the exhaust ports of the fans or the heaters, depending on which, come out to here. So we can equalise the temperature. So we can climate control in here, which is going to be super useful for us because we need that kitchen to be like -10 at least. And we're just going to store all the food into here. So as they cook, they just drop it on the floor. Yes, they don't cook as quick, but if you're not losing anything to travel time, it's always going to be better. And we also need to move across to simple meals because the raw cannibalism is starting to take its toll. Just got a toxic fallout creep in, which is a little bit annoying. What we managed to do though is we pulled all of the donkeys inside into what is soon to be the kitchen. And yeah, that's not ideal. We're going to get a whole bunch of food poisoning from it, but fortunately only have a 5% chance of food poisoning, which is pretty good. But what is going to be interesting is Patrick and Bellicar are doing pretty well on their alcohol withdrawals. Yeah, both on alcohol. But we have a Vulture raid coming in. So what I think we need to do is we're going to need to arrest both of these. And the idea is if we arrest them now, we put them in there. So once the Vultures come in, okay, Patrick's gone berserk. Okay, cool. We didn't get him quite soon enough. Who's shooting him? Bellicar. Out of all the people. Fair enough. Okay. Try to arrest him. Cool. And let's get Ergonaut in. And Ergonaut can... or do that. That works. Cool. GNU. Capture Patrick. Yeah, so the idea is we put them into the prison, which is the research lab. And then their withdrawal, they'll have to get over because they won't have access to any alcohol. Then we can get rid of all of the stuff that the Vulture brings in. Then once their withdrawals have all been gone through, we'll bring them back into the colony. Because in the meantime, all they're doing is just starting to keep going on mental breaks, which isn't particularly good for us. They're both decent Vulture, but right now them being on mental breaks is worse. Like one of them just went and attacked another Vulture, or they get all sulky and don't do what they need to do. So this way we know we can keep them safe, and then once they're all healed up, we can bring them back into colony, and then they're going to be more efficient colonists. And do you mind hauling this for us? And the Vulture have arrived. It is going to be a siege. A pretty small one it looks like, so I think we just get everyone other than Ajik. And we just run out and we shoot them down. And looks like the toxic fallout has taken its toll. Almost all of the wildlife is now wiped out. Once we get biofueling on the go, that is going to be super useful because we're going to be able to turn that all into chem fuel. And with chem fuel, we're going to be able to sell it, buy some nice stuff, and then create the ultimate Vulture Krogan hybrid army. Okay, first shell has already gone off before we could go in. We are now here, so we should be able to start causing a bunch of problems. Ergonaut is around, so let's drop down and incinerate first chance we get. I'll tell you what, that looks like as good of a place as any. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of Vulture. Unfortunately, it is raining, so they're not going to be as efficient as they should be. Everyone else is moving in. Ergonaut, do you want to come down here and hide behind this? And nothing can really shoot you, but if they try to push through, we can slot them. That would be fantastic. And everybody kill this guy. He's got those stun grenades. Like, the most annoying things in the whole game. Kill him. Kill him good. Okay, go this way. You guys move back. That is fine. The other Vultures are slowly showing up. We need more skin suits. And we also need to set them with legs and spines so they can move quicker. And then they're going to be pretty lethal. Okay, he's rocking grenades, so let's go take him down. Okay, fine. Yeah, and there we go. There's some more alcohol there. So they would have just got on that. And everything we would have tried to do would have been undone. Ergonaut has decided to go on a food binge in the middle of the fight. Of course he has. Let's see if we can buy him some time. Got an incinerate going off there. The rest of the Vulture need to start moving in. Let's try to close off this noose. And those are all running into water. That's fine. By the time they come out, the others would have moved, so they're going to be focused fire. So they're going to be in a lot of trouble there. And one of them had a scattered charge shotgun. That's a decent bit of kit for a Vulture to have. And we got ourselves 2 mortars. Alright. Happy days. That went really well. So let's get these uninstalled. Get them back to base. how many incendiary shells do we have? Not many, and a few high explosives. Did they drop us any survival meals? Yeah, 41. Cool. I'd say that went pretty well for us. More mechanoids are on their way, which is fine. These guys, their addictions are moving, which is good. So hopefully they'll be back in a colony soon. We've nearly got the cooking area set. We've only got to put like 2 more power lines in, and then this will be done. And then this place is unroofed here. So all of the heat's just going to escape out there. So that is going to work out really well for us. Hopefully the donkeys don't freeze. We are going to need to re-wall this area. And it's just going to be a matter of bringing the beds in. I think we will use marble flooring in here. Actually, we'll just use marble flooring throughout until we get the steel. And then we'll change over to the colonial tile. Everything else seems to be going alright for us. We can't complain too much. Obviously, there's no animals left on the map, which has a double-sided benefit. Firstly, the game is going to run a little bit smoother. And secondly, we're not going to get mad animals trying to attack us if they're all dead, which is great. And we are moving some beds in. These beds we are going to put into the Krogan rooms. On both of those, that'll be pretty nice for us. Well, good for the Krogans anyway. Happy Krogans with good Krogans. Mech-Hive is arriving in the top left of the screen. And other than that, there's actually quite a few centipedes. So there's 4 centipedes. And it looks like 2 of them have inferno cannons and then 2 heavy charge blast centipedes. The knights will get in first, followed by the ciphers, then it's inquisitors, and then we'll have the centipedes by themselves. Let's get everyone back to the base. Not that we need everyone in defensive positions. What's happened to you? You don't have a defensive position. Okay, cool. Let's go put you... We'll put you there and we'll save that. Okay. Hopefully... Who is it running back? Okeer. Right leg's mashed up. Okeer might get into trouble because the Krogan don't feel pain. And where they don't feel pain, they don't go down until basically they're dead. So, actually, we're going to need to get everyone to come out and try to rescue Okeer. He's our mad Krogan scientist. If he dies, the dream of creating Grunt dies with him. And that's not something that we want. We need him. And we should be able to get him enough time. Yes, so we'll be able to intercept the ciphers before they get to him. Hopefully he heads back to the base. He is just wandering. Looks like they got a couple lancers in there and a couple knights. So let's spread out. Let's move forward. Give Okeer a chance. As far as the most dangerous things go, Ugnaught, you go in. You're going to face tank. You guys are going to come this way. Try to cut these guys off. All of you actually have the chance to move up. Yeah, so Okeer's down to 61% health already. Yeah, if we hadn't come out, he would have been dead. Straight away. And maybe if we can find someone with a decent sniper rifle, so Jovin. No, okay, where you going, buddy? Kashumian Pemmican, you nutcase. We can't rescue you out there. Mind you, we do have Grugon and pretty much all the Vorcha here. Okay, let's move up. What the plan's going to be is we want to drop down... We'll slot the first Inquisitor. Now we'll take him out. We'll drop down an Overload, which will get all of these guys EMP'd. Focus down the Infernopedes. Spread out as wide as we can. And that's probably the best we are going to get at the moment. Okay, cool. They are grouping up like that. So we got Grugon. Grugon, come in here. Do you have Tactical Cloak? No, you don't. You've probably got like the worst powers. Okay, that's down. Okay, now we're just stuck with the centipedes, which is fine. Let's get an overload to here. Everyone else move in. We're going to actually get pretty close to them. And I think, yeah, we're just going to blast the first ones the best that we can. He's only got 44, that's cool. He's only got 60. They're both on 100% at the back there. Spread out a little bit more. Inferno cannons don't really matter how close you get to them. It's just how grouped up you are when they shoot. Okay, a couple guys are on fire. Grugon, you got anything else for us? You got a defense matrix, right? Do you want to bang that on and come this side so you're closest to their tank? So they'll attack you. You are going to go in and get in close combat here, so that's at least one of them tied up. Everyone else fire in. Ugnaught, we're going to need to move you down. Okeer's not bleeding out. Not worried about the Vorcha, they'll heal through it. Okay. Yeah, we got that. That went actually alright. Not perfect. But we dealt with that pretty good. What was a guaranteed death of a Kogan? Kogan? A guaranteed death of a Krogan turned out to us being able to take on the mechanoids out in the open. Did we lose any body parts? No, it doesn't look it. Okay, how are you doing? He's already had that scar for a while. He's going to heal through all of that. That is fine. Let's get you into a room sometime soon, so you are not going nuts. Observe the rotten corpse. I thought you were meant to be... Yeah, he's psychopath. Why is he bothered about seeing a rotten corpse? Finally, the toxic fallout has settled, which is good for us. That means we can get the donkeys back out of here, so they are not going to be eating all of our rice at the moment. They can go... Actually, we don't want them on the cotton. Donkeys, you can go, like, here, I guess. That seems like a good place. Try not to get shot in the face whilst you're there, so we'll go clear. Area 1, remove this bit. Fantastic. And we also then need to get this bit out of the way, because we don't want you in there anymore. So donkeys will be around there. That means they're outside. We can also start replanting the rice, which is going to be super sweet for us. And we have started working on putting the power lines in, which means we can get the kitchen up and going, which is going to sort out a whole bunch of the mood debuffs. Hopefully, he says. It might happen. And let's just bang in some steel tiles there for the moment. The rooms are set, kind of. They're still a little bit rubbish. So we'll give this one to Grugon, and then okay, you can have this one, and then Ugnot, you can have the last room. Cool. So now all the Krogans have their rooms. These will need to be tiled, otherwise they're going to go all grumpy. Basically, the room's not good enough. You're Krogan, the rooms are fine for you. You come from Chichanka, which is like a nuclear wasteland, but yet you're worried that you ate without a table, despite everything on your planet basically hunting you. Just be like, come on, grow up. Get with it. You're like 300 years old. Stop being so petty. But anyway, they're going to have their own room, so now they're going to be in a better mood, which is going to be great for us. That means happy Krogans. Happy Krogans work harder, and they don't fight the little Vulture and like rip their arms off, which is super annoying. Once this is all tiled, we won't get as much food poisoning going, and also we're going to be able to produce the food a little bit more efficient. Well, it's not efficient. Pemmican's like the best food in the game, but they don't like eating the human meat or the other aliens' meat, which is kind of annoying because that was basically our staple for a while. So we're going to have to then start hunting other animals to get enough food. But with a colony this big, hunting that many animals is going to be a little bit of a problem to get them all fed in that way. But not a problem. We'll deal with it when we get to it. But this is going to come along quite nicely. Yeah, we're just missing a couple power lines along here. And then I think after that's done, all the power will be into this section of the base as well. And microelectronics has just been done. Amazing. That is actually something that is going to be super, super duper important to us. Because we want this. We want our comms console back so we can start trading again. What we'll do is we'll get rid of the research benches, like these wooden ones. And then we are going to put in the high-tech research benches. Or, actually, I tell you what. I think we actually just build the research lab off here. So yeah, all of the production is going to come off the main room here. So anytime they need to eat or anything, they can come in and they will actually use the table. I think that makes sense. Sadistic rage Okea. Why? He's going to vent his anger on the prisoners. This happened because of final straw. He was insulted. Oh no, did someone hurt your feelings, Mr. Krogan? Yeah, he's a little bit wound tight, that guy. Yeah, research lab off here. Processor unit off here. Actual like manufacturing off here. Bionics and some other stuff off there. Then we'll go down and then the secret cloning vats be in the bottom. And I think for the moment that will be pretty good. Are you going to kill him? That is the question. Patrick, how are you holding up? Yeah, Patrick's a bit of a beast. I don't really want to arrest Goku here. What's he doing? Bellicor? Yeah, no, that's fine. You just beat them down. Got no problem with a Krogan beating down the Vulture. Yeah, it kind of goes with the fluff, I reckon. Let's get this research lab done whilst we keep talking about it. So we'll go here. We'll go to... And... Yeah, the research lab is actually going to have to be a little bit bigger than I think it's going to be. Just for the simple fact that the Mass Effect research bench is massive. Then we're going to have all of the Prothean tech we're going to need to put in. Then all of the linkables that will need to go in as well. Yeah, we'll make that nice and big. That'll be the new research lab, and then we can put some steel tiles in there, because that is something that we're hurting for, is some actual research speed. And this is going to start condensing the base down quite nicely, and with a smaller base there's going to be less travel time. Less travel time means more production, means more work, means more things get done. Yeah, buddy. I think this is going to work out pretty good. And whilst we're putting down all the floorings, I think we should start mining away a bunch of this steel, because that just keeps getting slotted every time anyone comes in. This section down here has been cleared. Got a little bit left over there. We won't mine that stuff here for the moment, just because we don't want sappers to come in and find it easier to dig through here into this part of the base than having to go through the kill zone. But once we have the embrasures in here, and we have turrets behind it, they won't come through. And then we're also going to put the turrets across here, and maybe in like a little V shape. So the guys go along here, start coming through, we open the doors, all the turrets go firing, everything goes nuts, everything dies, and then what doesn't die, that turns around and tries to fight. We close the doors, so we can have a switch up in the kill zone. We might have like a little bunker area for it, and then we just close the doors, so if they try to fire back, they can't. And then now we're just going to mess up any raiders coming in, and then as they come through, they're going to be pretty beaten up, and then we can shoot them down. And yeah, this is coming along quite nicely. The Vulture are finally getting some sort of skills, but as you can see, they're still botching building the floor. So Jovian has a construction of 10, which means he should be fine. Au Pair has a construction of 10, so she should be able to put them down, but yeah, they start struggling. And Crank has a construction of 20, and still is botching. So that's the limit of the Vulture. You want them to build anything, it's going to go wrong. But Krogans and Vultures are very good at mining. They don't get as much of a yield. Well, the Vulture don't. I'm not too sure about the Krogan. I think Krogan get full yield, but they just mine a lot quicker. But yeah, this isn't looking bad. This is not looking bad at all. The Drow are coming back in once again. This time they are sappers, so be careful. These guys are unusually clever. So we need to keep an eye on them, and they seem pretty rapid. Always get how quick the drill are. Actually, whilst we're here, movement speed 4.13, so they're not crazy quick. They are definitely stronger than the Vulture with what they can carry. Life expectancy 85 years, body size 1. They are pretty decent. We do have a problem with, who is it? Ugnaught is just in bed starving for some reason. Can you go? No, feed him. Oh, I'm not sure. He's been a bit weird. Let's see where they want to start tunneling through, and then we can intercept them. Because they're still a ways away. And we need our guys healing up and eating and getting ready. Okay, that'll do. That's as close as we want them getting. A1 to their defensive positions. A1's got a gun. A1 has defensive positions. And man, you are mentally quick. What are you on? Go Juice. Yeah. Just running in by himself. This is going to be a bad day for you, buddy. Very bad day. Somewhat tough. These guys are not as quick. There is a lot of them. Oh, that is a good shout. Do we have any spare overwall coolers? No, but I imagine I can take you. We're going to reinstall that one there. And another overwall cooler. Yep. Reinstall you here. Plan's going to be, we keep that cold, and then all of these drill bodies aren't going to ruin as they come in. We won't allow anyone to cook with the meat because that's upsetting the Krogans, even though the Krogans literally eat everything but details. Yeah, so then we're going to be able to get them, then we're going to be able to process them down, which means a whole bunch more leather and meat. Can sell the meat off, and then the leather we can start like some jackets. Even though we keep saying about that, we're not getting around to it. But I think things are actually moving now, and as things move, that means we can do more stuff. Okay, everything on this guy. No, okay, cool, he's already dead. A little bit of flame going off, that never hurt anyone. Well, it does. It literally kills people all the time. Cheeky 50 right there, some flamethrowers. Flamethrowers onto the wooden walls, yeah, that's a good shout. That works. Doesn't help us at all. Yeah, they're going to be retreating in a second. I think this is going alright. We do need to upgrade this to granite, and then the first chance we get, we want to put the reinforced walls in. We haven't got them researched yet. It does cost 4,000, so it's quite expensive. Let's go push through and put most of this stuff out, because there is a decent set of power armor here. So this is the Pioneer stuff. This helps you with construction. So Crank, if you go over here, mate, this isn't going to give you as much armor, but if you strip them down, You guys come off there so you can start putting the fires out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this should give him some extra building. So mining speed plus 30%, construction speed plus 20%, and smoothing speed plus 30. Minus 2.2 to the moving. Crank, you're actually in good armour. Let's find someone who's not in good armour who's doing those things. Gordoftuf. Yeah, you can force wear that instead of your exosuit, because your exosuit doesn't do anything for you that I know of, other than a bunch of armour. Minus 25% work speed. Yeah, no, you go with the Pioneer set. That is going to be good for you. Allow all of that, and let's just start processing through all of this. We have called in the Polaris block, so we're going to get the Misandra trait releaser, so we can use that to remove a couple traits. And then we've also got great memory. So that means we're going to be able to give one of our Vorcha or Krogan great memory trait, which is going to be amazing. But then on top of that, what we also found is a Polaris shield belt. Now they are pretty decent. That means we're going to be able to survive a couple hits that would normally cause a bit of damage. We would like some Polaris Restorer, but we can't really afford that, and we don't actually need it right now. So I think for now that's just about all of the trading we're being able to do. And we also got the Polaris Tech, or the Polaris Block Archives, which means we're going to be able to start unlocking the Polaris Research, which means we're going to be able to heal our guys up a little bit better. Now, who had a bunch of issues that we wanted to sort out? Okay, yeah, so okay, we need to get rid of Ravenous. Yeah, it's just Ravenous, that's all we need to get rid of on him. We'll take Craven off Run From Fire, which is probably why he's been running away from so much. Craven is not a good trait to have, so we want that one gone. And we'll give Okia the Great Memory trait releaser, so that means he's going to learn at 75% quicker. Now that's a massive deal because he is already doing quite well. We've got a Tantrum on Urgnaut. What was this? Malnourished. The kitchen's literally there, bro. You know. Alright, fair enough. Right, yeah, I see what went wrong here. So we've been cooking simple meals, but we've only been doing it in a batch of one, and then they've been running them back to the stockpile, which is not what we want. So we're going to go here. Pause when satisfied. We'll pause at 50. No one less than 10, and you drop on floor. Okay, cool. Now we're going to be producing a lot more food. That was what the issue was. Oh, and we also need to take meat off and animal products. We don't want any of that going into our food. That we want to stockpile, because that we are actually going to need for decent stuff. And you're just on a tantrum. Have you smashed up anything important? No, we did have a roof collapse. Thankfully no one got caught underneath it. That would have been a little bit annoying. We don't mind the roof collapses when we have the disposable Vorcha going in. But right now most of our Vorcha are actually pretty decent and we need them alive. As for the recovery on these guys, you know, they seem to be doing alright. So let's go into health. 73% and 79%, which is good. We are not far off from getting them sorted. And we've sold off all the alcohol as well. So once they come back, hopefully this doesn't happen again. We just got to keep an eye out for the Vorcha. And in here, where we're processing down the bodies, we seem to be doing alright. Temperature in here is minus 46. Fine. Let's find a place to store all of those clothes. All the tainted apparel is going to go in here. So this is just a little granite room. And all we need to do is once it gets filled up, we just have someone run in and chuck an incinerator or a Molotov in. And that will burn all of this down. Later on, once we get a little bit more efficient and we have more stuff going on, what we'll do is we'll pull out all of the stuff that is smeltable. And with that smeltable stuff, we're going to be able to then break that down into components and plastil and those good things. We did have to cull the donkey population. Oh yeah, they're still suffering from malnutrition because we're in the middle of a drought. And with that drought going on, they are not getting as much food as they need. And they do have access to food. Not really. Okay, let's go put them back into the kitchen. Those that make it have the right to survive. Those that don't, well, it's just natural selection at that point and my incompetence. But I'm sure I will live with that. Okay, cool. Move that to there, that to there. This is all done. The donkeys that can make it should make it. Those that can't, well, you know, it's not a massive issue. We are slowly going to start phasing donkeys out. This is going to cause us a problem with so much food poisoning. Research lab is coming on quite nicely though. Once this is done, this is going to be a bit of a beast. We're not going to call it a massive game changer, but having a series of research labs, like decent ones, that is going to definitely be very good for us. And let's get all of this junk out of here. We don't want that. And we'll start tiling all of this off soon. Okay, Jovian failed whilst construction high-tech research bench. And whereabouts are you, bro? Yeah, you have a construction of 11. So you can see when you're making things that are quite expensive, that can be a bit of an issue. And let's go flagstone for the floors. We have had a mechanoid cluster drop just outside the base. So as far as things go, it's fairly far away from us, but proximity wise it's super close. Issue being that auto mortar basically just spawned in and is ready to shoot. So we need to get everyone moving as quickly as we can, trying to get them in there. Mickey, what's up with you, bro? Major food poisoning. Yeah, I'm not surprised. We got a bunch of donkeys in there. Okay, we got 4 donkeys. Female, 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 male. Okay, yeah, we're going to be able to repopulate if needed. All of those ones never made it in. And now we have a bunch of horses. We need to get those drilling. What we did do is put in a bunch of meat hooks so we can store more of them in there. And let's get all of that onto haul urgently as well. Just try to get everything moving. And hopefully we can get in. We're not going to be able to get in before that auto motor goes off. But if we can stop it getting like the second round, I think that'll be pretty good for us. The carpenter is going to be super difficult to take down. That's going to be annoying. Actually, I reckon we got this. We go here. Straight onto... Come on, come on, come on. If we can hit that, then it's game over. Before that shoots. 3, 2... Yeah! Like 1 second left. Krogan strike teams for the win, bro. Okay, move across here. Not that you guys are actually going to be able to do anything against the carpenter. These things are tough. Okay, we've got a couple. We've got, what's that? What, like 1 mini slugger there? Okay, so this is everything firing at it now. As you can see, its health just is not going down. Anytime that we're ready, it's got a couple cracks. Doing a little bit more this time. But yeah, so those things go in and they basically deconstruct your walls, your turrets, power. It's not great. So, you can imagine if a couple of those come in on a raid and it just starts stripping everything apart, it's super annoying. Now, the only catch to them, the automatic rebuilding of destroyed structures in your home area, right? Cool. That is a really good tool to have. Once this goes and breaks something down, yeah, you don't get that, so you have to rebuild everything, which I guess can kind of work. Krogans have shown up a little bit late, but still, if anything attacks us now, we're going to be fine. And we haven't even cleared these out either. Let's get those hauled. And somehow some ciphers got into the base. Must have been a drop beacon went off and then they ended up spawning this side. And they're hunting a donkey foal. Death to the donkey foal. Right, with that, I think that's a good place to actually wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching the BloodPack. I've been Konzi. I look forward to catching you on the next one.